What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review today. I'm here to talk about Sergeant Stubby, an American Hero, which I didn't realize was based on a true story until the end credits, so I was like super fascinated with this dog for a long time. But anyway, this movie takes place during World War One. There's an American basic training area. There's a new recruit of soldiers going through it, and they're doing okay, but they kind of need that little extra boost. And fortunately, they get it in the form of this stray dog who wanders into the facility, and this dude named Conroy kind of takes him in and is taking care of him and feeding him, and keeping him hidden from the higher ups at the camp. And he becomes kind of like an unofficial mascot for the squad. He learns some tricks, like how he lays like low down to the ground and crawls through like the barbed wire, and he can even salute. So even once he's kind of discovered, he's so ingrained with the unit by then that it's just kind of overlooked and accepted that he's just one of the soldiers, and he ends up getting the nickname of Stubby. Now he's supposed to stay behind once that class of new recruits is dispatched out to the field to kind of help the new people as they come in. But Stubby doesn't want to do that, so he hitches a ride on the boat and sails over to the war front with his squad. And that's pretty much the movie, is what happens once they get over there. Stubby becomes kind of a more than a mascot and starts to become an actual battlefield soldier, and that's the movie. So this movie is, like I said, it's based on a true story. This is like the most decorated dog of World War One. It's a crazy story. Some of the things that happen in the movie are like, you're like, oh well, they had to do that, just to add something to the movie. Like he bites a German spy in the butt and like holds on to him until the other soldiers get there to take the guy down. That actually happened according to the historical record. But I do feel like obviously this is aimed at kids. It's an animated movie, so they kind of toned down the horrors of war. And to be honest, Stubby is never really in any danger of perishing. He gets shot at and some stuff explodes, but you never feel like he's in real danger. Or really even any of his fellow soldiers. Some of them sustain some injuries, but there's never that, darkness of war that, it was probably there. I mean, I'm sure the dog had a good time and everything, but I'm sure it was a much scarier experience than was in the movie, but you have to expect that since this is aimed at kids. I actually thought this was a really interesting story, especially once I found out that it was real and that this dog actually did a lot of this stuff. There's a scene in the movie where he saves a bunch of people from a mustard gas attack, and he really did that. That's absolutely insane to me. It's so cool. But anyway, the movie is good. It's cute. It's got a nice sense of humor. It's got a good message. And it's something that could easily transition younger viewers into maybe learning more about history. You could read about the real Sergeant Stubby. The real actual dog is on display at the Smithsonian, which is kind of creepy. But there's a lot to learn about. Like, if you watch this with your kids and they were like really interested in the story, you could easily transition this into like an educational type experience if you were so inclined. My issues with Sergeant Stubby is that the production values are just not that great. They're by no means terrible, but like the voice acting, besides Helena Bonham Carter and Gerard Depardieu, are pretty lacking. It's more of like a cartoon TV show voice cast than a theatrical feature. The same kind of holds true for the animation. It's good, but it's not great. Certainly nowhere close to like Pixar or Blue Sky. So it just kind of has like a cheaper, B movie kind of production value to it, which is fine because the movie's still fun to watch. But for some people, they need that super crisp, fluid animation and some big name talented voice actors, and this movie just unfortunately doesn't have those. But in the end, I still think it's worth it if you are interested in the story about a real-life hero war dog, which is absolutely nuts. And I'm a big fan of the doggos in movies, so I had a good time with it. Nothing, revelatory here, but it's it's a fun watch. So if you're into that, or you just like animation, or you're looking for something to watch with your kids or whatever, Sergeant Stubby, an American Hero, is definitely worth a watch at least one time just to see this dog's crazy story. That's my review of this one. You can find my full write-up of Sergeant Stubby at markfusion.com, as well as tons of other animation reviews and all kinds of stuff like that. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, at markfusion. You can follow me there, see what I'm up to. Letterboxd, also at markfusion. You can see what I've been watching, get an idea of what might be coming to the channel soon. But the best way you can help me out, as always, just to hit that sub button. Free, easy way to, direct way, and is the most important part, to support me. Let me know that you guys like watching these videos, and it helps me to keep making them. And also, watching older videos is a huge help as well. There's a lot of animation in the playlist, and not a lot of dog movies, unfortunately, but maybe we can remedy that in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.